Visual-ke, or visual style in English, started in Japan and it's made its way into the Western world. Fans all over the globe are captivated by the elegant and erratic fashion choices, the variety of music from Japanese pop to hard metal, and the new culture they bring along with it. We've risen from bands like X Japan and Buck Tick to a whole new grouping of bands such as Acme, Dararoma, Pentagon, LMC, and others. But what captivates the outside world so much to these bands and the music? There's so many forums, websites, and groups of people on websites like Facebook and Tumblr that discuss these things in detail. According to my findings, most people are able to connect with the music itself and the emotion of the singer instead of the actual lyrics. A good example is Jiren Gray's Kyo. His screams and tone of voice from songs like The Inferno and Saku show anger and hostility, while songs like Jealous and Zakuro show a softer side, a longing for love or comfort. Admittedly, some of the fans choose to look up the lyrics in English or go through the rugged process of translating the lyrics themselves through websites like Google Translate. But these translations often don't offer the same understanding of the message of the music like an understanding of Japanese would give you. Many of the comments I received talked about a rawness in the voices of those who were singing and how they were able to connect emotionally with the rawness without an understanding of the lyrics. So how does this affect people emotionally? Some say that it helped them get out of their depression, or inspired them to start playing an instrument. And that is often the goal of these bands, to inspire people to create their own path and their own destiny and play music themselves. Some band members choose to communicate themselves with fans through websites like Twitcasting, which is a service through Twitter where you can cast video or audio and have a comment box so you can see what other people are saying. One person that I've particularly talked to in the past was Watanabe Alto, a singer and guitar player and ex-band member of Dogona Maguda. Although we never met in person, he communicated with me and others through streaming and even had nicknames for us. And the emotional impact that had on me felt like I had an awesome friend that so happened to be in a band, which is pretty cool if you ask me. But what happens when we meet these bands? I've only met one myself, and that was Pentagon, in 2017. Some say meeting bands can be an exciting experience for them, while others say it causes anxiety and makes them nervous. I will admit, I felt a lot of anxiety after meeting the band that I did, but it was an overall good experience. Of course, many of these band members know their overseas fans aren't going to speak Japanese, so how do we communicate with someone who doesn't speak our language? One person suggested that anyone who is about to meet someone who doesn't speak their language learn basic greetings and thanks, as this makes them feel more comfortable and less nervous. When I met Pentagon, I talked with each of the members briefly and I had some knowledge of Japanese myself. They seemed extremely grateful that I was able to understand them, and it made it an overall easier experience. The emotional impact that had on me was great. Being able to actually see someone you are inspired by and look up to in such a way in person is unlike any experience I've ever really had. The experience was anxiety-inducing for sure, but it's also something I feel so lucky to have experienced. The overall takeaway of what I'm saying is that despite our differences in culture and language, Americans and other English-speaking countries can and do, in fact, experience emotional impact from music that isn't in their native language.